Ladies and gentlemen, Mario Lopez continued, Britney Spears. I walked down the stairs in my high heels to work, bitch, and signed a few autographs for fans. But then I did something unexpected. I walked past the cameras. I kept walking until I got into an SUV and left. I said nothing. I did not perform.
So I'm talking about when she rebels, it's at the randomest damn time. Like, girl, what do you think? What you think they about to do with you walking out under contract?
If you were watching, you were probably wondering what just happened. What you didn't see was that my father and his team were trying to force me to announce the show. I'd said I didn't want to announce it because, as I'd been saying for months, I didn't want to do it.
I don't want to do it.
When I'd sung the song Overprotected so many years earlier, I had no idea what overprotection was. I'd learn soon, because once I made it clear that I wasn't going to keep doing Vegas, my family made me disappear.
Now, let me get this. I think she definitely has the right to choose when she wants to choose. You know, it's her body, her church. She say who, she say when, she say how much. If you've never seen Pretty Woman in that part is still hilarious to me to this day. Yeah, I think she definitely has the right to say, hey, I don't want to do these damn shows. I don't know how her contracts were working. I don't know how she expected to pay her bills, but I do know that I do feel like Britney Spears should have the right to decide if she wants to perform or not. Now, if she signs the contract and then later on be like, I don't want to do it, well, now I can't, I'm not going to co-sign that because it doesn't make any sense, man. Like, but I from what I'm gathering is that she maybe I don't know if she's forced into these contracts or, they're always trying to just get her to work and stay busy. But I definitely do think that if she don't want to do it, she shouldn't have to do it. I mean, if she want to be broke, I feel like that's her right, period.
Chapter 41. As the holidays approached, I was feeling pretty good. Aside from my fear that my father was plotting something, I felt strong and inspired by the women I'd met in AA. In addition to being brilliant, they had so much common sense.
You didn't miss anything. She just walked out. She's not giving y'all any explanation of what happened. With that, she's moved on.
I started making holiday plans, but my father insisted that he would be taking the boys for Christmas. If I wanted to see them, I'd have to see my father too. When I pushed back, my father said, the boys don't want to be with you this year. They're coming home to Louisiana with me and your mom, and that's that. This later in therapy, my doctor confronted me. We found energy supplements in your purse, he said. The energy supplements gave me a sense of confidence and energy, and you didn't need a prescription for them. He knew that I'd been taking them during my shows in Vegas, but now he made a big deal out of it. We feel like you're doing way worse things behind our backs, he said. And we don't feel like you're doing well in rehearsals. You're giving everyone a hard time. Is this a joke? I said. Instantly, I was furious. I had tried so hard. My work ethic was strong. We're going to be sending you to a facility, the therapist said. And before you go to this place over Christmas break, we're going to have a woman come run psychological tests on you. The program was supposedly a luxury rehab that had created a special program for me, so I'd be alone and wouldn't have to interact with other people. What if I don't go? I asked. My father said that if I didn't go, then I'd have to go to court and I'd be embarrassed. He said, we will make you look like a fucking idiot, and trust me, you will not win. I had never stood up to my dad in all those years. I never said no to anyone. My no in that room that day really pissed my dad off. Because once I got there, I couldn't leave, even though I kept begging to. They kept me locked up against my will for months. I couldn't go outside. I couldn't drive a car. I had to give blood weekly. I couldn't take a bath in private. I couldn't shut the door to my room. I was watched even when I was changing. I had to go to sleep at 9 p.m. They supervised me.
Okay, let me tell y'all a little tea. First of all, I've been locked up in a mental health facility. She trying to play in your face. If you don't cooperate with fucking treatment, that's what's going to happen. I have worked in a facility for mental health and been committed for a whole week in there, okay? You can get out. You need to cooperate with treatment. That means, no, you're not getting no privacy. You don't get privacy in the bathroom if you threaten to kill yourself, even if you joking. Say I'm gonna kill myself in a mental health facility and see what the hell happened. You're not all your rights when even if you're joking, they will take all of your rights away. You have to cooperate with treatment. So what's given to me is, I'm gonna just tell you right now, it sounds like she wasn't cooperate with treatment. She sounds like she was rebelling and furious, which is understandably so. I'm not saying she shouldn't be upset, but I mean, just because I'm gonna say this because she's mad at every fucking body, and a lot of that is like, girl, once you got in that facility, Jamie and you and your family issues. If you're acting out in a facility, you're not Britney Spears anymore. You're a crazy patient, and you better cooperate, or you're not gonna have any of your privileges. And it is demeaning, but guess what? People kill themselves in bathrooms. People harm themselves. People do all kinds of stuff to themselves in bathrooms and places if you really are a threat to yourself, that it only takes a second. So the protocol is usually the same for everyone, but she's making it sound like I can't believe that all of my stuff was stripped. Usually you can't get in. You can get in the facility, but had she cooperated, she probably would have got out. But Britney Spears strikes me as the type of person that got in that facility and was like, I'm Britney Spears, blah, blah, blah. If you ever get locked in a mental health facility, play the game, take your medication, you can get out of it. You can get out and argue with your lawyer later. Sitting up in there arguing in a crazy house ain't gonna do nothing but have you in the crazy house with no damn privileges. And I'm saying that as someone who used to help people get their privileges. I used to do one-on-ones, suicide watches, all of that. I would have to do notes on people all the time. All day long, be with them, and I would have to hunt they ass down. They are not to be without supervision for a second, because somebody that truly want to harm themselves, that's all it take. And that we would have people in there like, yo, I just was upset, I'm not gonna do anything to myself, please let me out. And you be like, girl, can I go to the bathroom by myself? No, you can't. Sorry, you've lost the privilege because you've proven to be a threat to others. So is this specific to Britney Spears? No, this is specific to if you end up in a mental health facility, be it you need a mental health break or anything like that, and you start displaying signs of stress or acting out and all that other shit, who you are will not matter. You will find your ass on some type of restrictions.
Watching TV from 8 to 9 o'clock in bed. I had to be up every morning at 8. I had endless meetings every day. For several hours a day, I sat in a chair receiving mandatory therapy. I spent the time in between meetings staring out the window, watching cars pull up and drive away. So many cars bringing so many therapists and security guards, doctors and nurses. What I think did the most damage to me was watching all those people coming and going while I was prevented from leaving.
Girl, she making this shit sound real drastic. Honestly, if you want to know how I felt, I had a great fucking time. Because I needed a mental health break. And that's where you go. Okay? Shit, I was going through it. Now, mind you, I was a teenage girl. But I'm going to be honest with you. When you need a goddamn break, you need a break. It doesn't matter how old you are. And when you are truly committed to your mental health, you know, it's not a bad thing. Now, Britney feels like she was basically being held hostage at this facility. She still does not sound like she's ready to admit in any kind of way that she contributed to getting in this facility. And I want to go a little bit deeper, because everybody doesn't have substance abuse problems or know people with substance abuse problems. So we can't all assume everybody has full context of her situation and what she's going through. But generally, when you are an addict, they don't want you near none of the shit that they don't want you. Like when I went, they were like, you need to stop drinking coffee. I don't have coffee. It's right? You're like, oh, it's fucking coffee. Well, because these things alter behavior. Okay? And they're trying to control your behavior. Could it be that they're trying to keep Britney Spears off of anything that gets her ass jacked up and has her acting erratic, if they know, hey, she's got a problem with these things and she won't stop. She won't even stop at a point that she doesn't have her goddamn children. She needs energy supplements and this and that. Knowing that your dad is crazy as shit. This is why it's also giving, I don't know. If I know my dad is already strict as hell, why the hell would I do things that add to it? It's almost like she would fucking provoke Jamie. This is why your ass is grounded, because you don't listen.
I was kept saying they were there to help me. I never could understand what my family wanted from me.
To calm
I did
down.
everything I was supposed to do. My kids would come for an hour on the weekends. But if I didn't do what I was supposed to do during the week, I wouldn't be allowed to see them. One of the only people...
See how she's trying to act like, I just don't understand. All you had to damn do was stop doing drugs and get a damn license 6 months ago. Now, I don't understand. I don't understand. We already gave you an opportunity to do the right damn thing. Now your ass up here locked down like a goddamn chimpanzee. And they told you, girl, come take this drug test. Okay, come take this drug test and you wouldn't even be in this mess. You ain't do that. Now you want us to feel sorry for you because you... Okay.
People who called. The therapists questioned me for hours and what seemed like every day, 7 days a week.
That's all therapy, inpatient.
For years, I'd been on Prozac. But in the hospital, they took me abruptly off it.
If you want to know what a day like is in inpatient therapy, usually you get up, they do checks if you've harmed yourself, scarring or anything like that. They give you a certain amount of time to take a shower. I had a private bathroom, so I got to take a shower alone. Once I was given my privileges back, which took 24 hours. So I was able to shower alone in my bathroom instead of with the nurse watching me, which is a little bit evasive, but they're not there to watch you like and pleasure themselves or anything. It's to make sure you don't hurt yourself. Okay, just bathrooms is one of the deadliest places in your home. After you shower, you usually come out and take usually your morning meds if you're prescribed medication. Then you go usually have breakfast, and this is usually like early as hell in the morning. To get your help, you get into a routine. A lot of people got sleep issues, so your sleep and all of that is scheduled because your sleeping schedule is a part of your mental health. So everybody's on a sleep schedule. It's not just because she's Britney Spears and they're just being assholes. Then you usually go to breakfast. You come back from breakfast and you usually have group. Then you go off and you might get like an hour. We got like an hour or something like that to chill. Then we had another group. Then we had snack time. Then we had we always had like it's some kind of mini therapy, but it's basically a mini goddamn group. Then you go to lunch and you come back, you get a few minutes to yourself, and then you go get to another goddamn group. And then you group, then you get like an hour free time, then you get to go to dinner, and then evening group, because it's all about your feelings. It's all about that bass, your feelings. After that, you usually could get a snack. We did not have TVs in our room, so we would just get to watch like certain TV shows. But the thing is, you cannot watch like anything that would like cause somebody to act out or have emotions or any fucking thing. Like, I mean, I think we was like watching like Gilligan's Island stuff, like real basic stuff. But then like we had a sex addict in our group, so if when the lady was being sexy, turn it off. So we were down to like limited things like children's program, PBS, travel shit. You get your dinner, your evening group, and then you generally get, like I said, a few minutes to yourself. Then everybody takes a shower. You take your evening meds, which are gonna put you to fucking sleep. And then you go to sleep, and then you get up and you do it all over again. And you do that until your medications have been adjusted and you can become a functioning human in society. Now, this was when I was a teen, so I've never been committed as an adult, but the facility that I was in did have adults in it, and they were pretty much on the same damn program.
And put me on lithium, a dangerous drug that I did not want or need.
She was lit because she was lit and she was lit. Now, if you want to know about psychiatric meds, lithium is up there, but that was probably because she was already at some point with psychiatric meds, which is why I don't take them, is once you get on one and you've been on that shit long enough, after a while, it's not going to work. So she's already erratic, super, super erratic. And then she gets on like Prozac, which is a highball. It's not a highball, but it's up there with psych meds. Prozac and stuff. That's like, it's not the highest level of psychiatric calmness that you, but it's like I was on Celexa, some shit like Celexa, Zoloft. Those are like down at the low end, okay? But when you really start having serious behaviors, that's when they start pulling out Prozac, lithium, Klonopin. So at any point, because if she was on something that she was not responding well to in treatment, they were just going to put her on something else. And she'll probably be on drugs for the rest of her life when it comes to prescription drugs, because what's going to happen is she's going to get used to them. So, yeah.
And that makes you extremely slow and lethargic. I felt my concept of time morph, and I grew disoriented. On lithium, I didn't know where I was or even who I...
Let me just explain. Do y'all see how I done told y'all I'm crazy as hell? And I ain't never lost custody of my child. You straighten the fuck up. Being a mom saved my life. Like, if y'all really want to know the tea, being a mom saved my goddamn life. So that's why I don't have sympathy for Britney. Baby, I had so much to live for once I had my child. Nothing could stop me. Nothing.
Blood draws. The tech drawing my blood would be flanked by the nurse, a security guard, and my assistant. Was I a cannibal? Was I a bank robber? Was I a wild animal? Why was I treated as though I were about to burn the place down and murder them all?
From a mental health standpoint, because she had continued to threaten to do harm to herself. I just want to give y'all full context of once you have been in a facility for self-harming, threatening to self-harm, any of that shit, you are treated like what she's describing. They're not playing with you because people do it. People go through with it. So it's not, I'm okay now, 15 minutes late. Nah, you got to take control of your mental health, because they're not going to sit there and wait for you to see if you're serious this time, because sometimes that might be the time you're serious. And she was doing things like actually, locking the kids in the bathroom and shit. So this is, a lot of this is, I think she feels victimized and abused, because what was me on Britney Spears, when this is the protocol. If you start talking about I'm gonna self-harm or anything like that, they're not playing around with you. It's not when you become, and I'm telling you, because I've been there. If you get lucid 15 damn minutes later, by that time, they have already started the paperwork. You're not getting out of there. You're not getting out there. You're not getting out for a week minimum. You're not getting out once they got you in that goddamn facility. Do not play with these people. Do not go in there trying to do, I'm all right, 45 minutes because I just need a break. You finna sit up in there until this med check, until we see if these meds work. And then when you finally realize that you need to calm the hell down, which you probably will in about a week, you'll be all right. And then we'll let you on up out of here. But girl, oh, I'm fine 15 minutes later, ma'am. Please take your shoes off. Please take your shoes off and put these pajamas on.
They check my blood pressure 3 times a day like I was an 80-year-old woman.
They do it for everybody, you ass.
Make me sit down, get the cuff, slowly attach it, slowly pump it up 3 times a day.
Because these medications can cause you to have fucking heart attacks, bad and adverse reactions. Anybody in a mental health facility, they're having their stuff checked out. She's not being abused. Okay? I'm telling you this as a patient and a practitioner of mental health services. I'm not a medical physician, but I've been a patient and someone who worked in a facility. She's not being abused. This is not unheard of.
I was saying I needed to move around. Movement was my life as a dancer. I thrived on it.
Girl,
I needed it and craved it, but they kept me in that chair for 8.
They put your black ass on. When your black ass was on the stage, girl, you walked the fuck off. This is what she's making me mad. You're making me mad. Like, see, we in group, we don't be playing this shit. See, I can tell you because I'm a crazy person. She is playing, you're playing in our face, lady. They gave you that opportunity. And now, again, now that they took shit from you, oh my God, I can't believe they're treating me like this. This is what you came for.
My ass grew bigger from sitting in a chair for hours a day, so much so that none of my shorts fit anymore. I became estranged from my own body. I had terrible nightmares where
No, I was in a nice facility. We had workout. We had workout equipment. And if you want to know how much it costs, like if she was being exaggerative, my stay was about 10 bands for a week. So they're not cheap. Mental health facilities are not cheap for anybody. So that's if you have insurance and you ever want to go take a little vacation, you go right on ahead. But they are about $10K a week. And if they've got any kind of like really good amenities, and I've talked about this, I have no shame. None whatsoever, because I'm comfortable me, girl. I'm comfortable doing me. That's one thing y'all gonna learn. It's like, I don't really care. I don't care what you think. Like, I don't care. Girl, I don't care. I have such a good time hoping that people just learn from my mess ups, and I have learned from my mess ups that I'm not ashamed of those things. But what I will say is a week in the facility helped me reevaluate how I felt about life. So the fact that she was going back and forth lets me know that Britney has some serious issues, because generally it's only going to take you one time to get locked up.
Instead, every day it felt like I was sinking into the earth. I did the program by myself for 2 months in Beverly Hills. It was hell, like being in my very own horror movie. I watch scary movies. I've seen The Conjuring. I'm not scared of anything after those months at that treatment center. Seriously, I'm not scared of anything now. I'm probably the least fearful woman alive at this point, but it doesn't make me feel strong.
I'm willing to bet that Britney Spears was not at a bad facility, and that she's exaggerating because she's a rebel who likes to do what the hell she wants to do. They're not as bad as like jail, but you're restricted because you're usually a danger to yourself or others, and the quickest way to get out of those facilities is to cooperate with treatment and adjust to your medications. Once you are adjusted, you can get the fuck up out of there. Now, if you keep acting a fool, which is probably what she was in there doing, you're not saying, I mean, it's a game. It's really like a game, and I'm not trying to be funny. It's we're looking for you to hit these benchmarks with your mental health. And if you keep coming in here talking shit every day, that's how they know you have not hit, you ain't hit the benchmark. Oh, okay, she ain't ready, send her back. So every day just starts over. She's in a case of Groundhog Day because she would not probably cooperate. This is my willing to bet. She wouldn't cooperate with treatment. And once you get in there and you get in there on holds for dangers and, self-harm, oh, that ass got to cooperate with treatment.
It makes me sad. I shouldn't be this strong. Those months made me too tough. I miss my days of being what in Kentwood we used to call a sass ass. That time in the hospital took away my sassiness.
Yeah. See, you in there talking shit. You're in Diddy. Stick this lady in the goddamn neck. Who you think you talking to? I don't give a fuck. You. They's probably sticking that ass left and right. Girl, sit the fuck down. So you not finna come in here and talk shit. We said, sit the hell down. Okay? And this is your option. Sit down, or we gonna get it. What they say? What is that? Paid in full, get down or lay down. That's what was happening.
In so many ways,
get your ass down and lay down.
My spirit.
Should have cooperated.
After 2 months in one building, I was moved to another run by the same people, and at this one I wasn't alone. Even though I used to prefer being by myself, after 2 months in what felt like solitary confinement and on lithium, it was honestly so much better to be around other patients.
You're just lying.
A very pretty girl arrived and became instantly popular.
I was so
high school.
Y'all, I was so fucking popular in the crazy house. I had a good fucking time. Like, girl, I was like, I ain't even that fucking crazy. They crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. They fucking crazy, and you're goddamn going off about this crazy, But I'm just saying to make you appreciate life. But I was very popular. Is this something to be proud of? Well, I'm mentally stable. Shit, she didn't went over there losing her goddamn kids. Maybe she cooperated with treatment. She would have had custody. So
cheerleader and I was the demoralized nerd.
Mm-hmm.
She skipped all of the meetings.
See?
Even though a lot of the people there were wild as hell, I liked most of them.
You have a good time, and
One
I'm
girl
telling you.
smoked thin cigarettes I'd never seen before.
Wasn't no smoking.
She was adorable, and so were her cigarettes. I noticed that.
So I want to do a little bit of a PSA because she's an asshole. Mental health facilities are great places if you need fucking treatment. Do not let these people scare you like, oh, it's like prison. First of all, I've been to both. Okay? And a mental health facility ain't shit like jail. You really don't have the reasons that you don't have access in certain things in mental health facilities is because you've proven to be a danger to yourself or others, or you've abused these things. You know, if you are someone with an addictive personality and you're in there for addiction, maybe we don't want to give you cigarettes so that you can over abuse those things too. You see what I'm saying? And I don't mind telling somebody because they might want to go get help, and they might be scared of all the things I won't be able to do if I go into that facility. But guess what you won't be able to do if you're out mentally unstable, not whole, if you need help, if you can't sleep at night, if you're stressed out, if you're not eating, if you're not having good relationships with your friends. Guess what you'll have in your family? Nothing. You still won't have shit. So I still stand by going to mental health facilities. I think they are a great place to go. Whether you end up fully on medication after, it is a great place just to go talk to somebody for a whole week so that you can really, really get to the bottom of some shit and make changes. And I just don't want to, because she's a spoiled rich celebrity who's used to doing what the hell she want to do. She's just really given a bad name for, she probably was like in a really nice fucking facility. And, you know, like it's some bad facilities out there. Don't get me wrong. But usually the ones that you're paying for with insurance, girl, all it is a lot of goddamn counseling 24/7, but you're not in control of certain things because it's not the time. You know, somebody else is in control. And if you are somebody who is used to having control and liking to rebel, it might seem like prison for you. But if you are really trying to go get help, because this is going to drive me crazy, child, I got to fix it. If you are really trying to go get help, you know, for some people, they got a lot going on, and so they need somewhere that they can go and truly take a mental health fucking break. She's just really giving, I don't want treatment. And so as an advocate for fucking treatment, Britney Spears ain't finna go. I'm gonna tell you, going and getting treatment saved my goddamn life. So and that's why I'm sitting up here chilling in my house having a good damn time today. So don't let this crazy ass lady who done lost her kids and got robbed for fucking 30. Clearly, bitch, you didn't learn nothing, and you ain't finna be out here telling people not to get treatment or influencing people not to get damn treatment because you're crazy. All right? The mental health community is not all bad, you know, and every facility ain't bad.
Chapter 43.
Lying ass girl.
The hardest part was that I believed that, in front of the doctors or visitors, I had to pretend the whole time I was okay. If I became flustered, it was taken as evidence that I wasn't improving.
Yeah.
If I got upset and asserted myself,
That's how they be.
I was out of control and crazy.
You are.
It reminded me of what I'd always heard about the way they'd test to see if someone was a witch in the olden days. They'd throw the woman into a pond. If she floated, she was a witch and would be killed. If she sank, she was innocent, and, oh well. She was dead either way, but I guess they figured it was still good to know what kind of woman she'd been. After a couple of months, I called my father to beg him to let me go home. He said, "I'm sorry, the judge is going to have to figure out what she's going to do with you. It's up to the doctors right now. I can't help you at all. I'm giving you to the doctors and I can't help you." The strange part is, before they put me in that place, my dad had sent me a pearl necklace and a beautiful handwritten card for Christmas. I asked myself, why is he doing this? Who is he? What hurt me most was that for years he'd been saying in front of the cameras, whether it was when I did the work bitch video or when the conservatorship first started and we did the circus tour, that he was all about me and the boys. "That's my baby girl," he'd say right into the camera. "I love her so much." I was stuck in a trailer with Lou's weird-ass lackey Robin, who I'd grown to hate, while he talked about what a great dad he was to anyone who would listen. But now, when I was refusing to do the new Vegas residency, when I was pushing back on tours, was I still his beloved baby girl? Apparently not. A lawyer would later say, "Your dad could have totally put a stop to oh," she would say. I also texted my sister when I was in that place and asked her to get me out. "Stop fighting it," she texted back. "There's nothing you can do about it, so stop fighting it."
A little bit of fact.
Along with the rest of them, she kept acting like I was a threat in some way.
But
This will
she
sound
is.
crazy, but I'll say it again because it's the truth. I thought they were going to try to kill me. I didn't understand how Jamie Lynn and our father had developed such a good relationship. She knew I was reaching out to her for help and that he was dogging me. We were bound up together. Fans of mine, even though I hadn't said anything online or in the press about being confined, they just seemed to know. Seeing them marching in the streets chanting "Free Britney," that was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen in my life. I know some people laughed at it. They saw the pink t-shirts with my name on them and said, "What kind of cause is this?" But if they really knew what I was going through and understood the connection I have with my fans, I don't think they would have left.
I want to know, the people who were a part of the Free Britney movement now, do they feel like seeing her dance around with the knives and shit? I wonder, do they still feel like she should be freed in the same sense of I don't think she should have like a full on conservator like what Jamie had going on, but I do think Britney she need therapy, like she needs somebody like on her. I still stand by my statement that she needs psychiatric care. I just don't think she is fully healed from whatever she had going on in life. You can just tell in the way that she's describing like her treatment and things like that, help, and if you've been in that situation, you know that she's still a bit in denial of what the fuck she did as far as her responsibility in her mental health, her alcoholism, her drug abuse. It's still like all these people did this to me, blah. She ain't taking no responsibility for none of the shit. And that's why I'm not gonna give her really a pass, because she's not really saying, she's like saying I'm reckless, but they were worse. Or I was reckless, but, and that's not really how you generally want to see somebody dealing with their issues. You generally want to see, you would want to, because it's not, when we are in like group together, if you've ever been in group therapy, y'all hold each other accountable. That's part of the treatment. It's not like you're just judging somebody. You're like, no, because I've had to do the work, that I can recognize that you haven't done the work, and she would be that girl in group, like, and well, it's me, and we would be like, girl, in a group of 50 people and all of this is our story or something worse, you're not getting a fucking pass. Do the work. You have to take accountability for. She's yet to say, she's like, I was hell on wheels, but there were times when Britney Spears was definitely an irresponsible woman. She was kind of a danger to others and herself. And so a lot of the things as far as her getting treatment were not bad ideas to me. That's just my opinion. I think because she did not want the treatment, it of course seems, harsh and strict. And, I could see how she could feel, but it's giving, ma'am, you definitely needed treatment, and it wasn't like they just, I don't feel like they just like hoodwinked her or anything like that. I think she really, really, really needed help, and I think it's unfortunate that she's not really addressing the elephant in the room, which is that she truly had and still needs mental health therapy. It's giving, ain't nothing wrong with me. It's everything wrong with them. It's giving like I don't see the problem. That's what you don't see the problem, ma'am. And that is a problem when you have a problem that you don't see.
Chapter 44. When I finally returned to my home and my dogs and my kids, I was ecstatic. Guess who wanted to come visit me the first week I was back? My family. "We're so proud of you, Britney," my dad said. "You did it. Now we all want to come and stay with you." But by this point, I could fully see through his bullshit. I knew what he was really saying was, "I can't wait to see your money. I mean, you." And so they came. My father, my mom, and my sister with her daughters Maddie and Ivy. I was a shell of myself. I was still on lithium, which made my sense of time really hazy, and I was scared. It crossed my mind that they were only visiting to finish off what they'd started a few months earlier, to kill me for real. If that sounds paranoid, consider all the things I'd been through up until this point, the ways in which they had deceived and institutionalized me. And so I played the game. That August, my father was arguing with Sean Preston, who was 13 at the time. My son went to lock himself in a bedroom to end the fight, and my dad broke down the door and shook him. Kevin filed a police report, and my father was barred from seeing the kids.
This is true.
I knew I had to summon one more round of strength, to fight one last time. It had been such a long road, of finding faith and losing it again, of being pushed down and getting back up, of chasing freedom only for it to slip right out of my grasp. If I was strong enough to survive everything I'd survived, I could take a chance and ask for just a little bit more from God. I was going to ask, with every bit of my motherfucking blood and skin, for the end of the conservatorship. Because I didn't want those people running my life anymore. I didn't even want them in my goddamn kitchen. I didn't want them to have the power to keep me from my children, or from my house, or from my dogs, or from my car ever, ever again. The first step toward securing my freedom was for people to begin to understand that I was still a real person. And I knew that I could do that by sharing more of my life on social media. I started trying on new clothes and modeling them on Instagram. I found it incredibly fun. Even though some people online thought it was odd, I didn't care. When you've been sexualized your whole life, it feels good to be in complete control of the wardrobe and the camera. I tried to get back in touch with my creativity and to follow visual and music artists on Instagram. What I'm saying is that the mystery of who the real me is to my advantage, because nobody knows. The genius at school, he's really, really bright. Jaden has such an incredible gift with the piano, it gives me chills. Before the pandemic, they were with me for delicious dinners 2 or 3 nights a week. They were always sharing amazing things they'd made and explaining to me what they were excited about. Mom, check out this painting I made. But out in the world, the security team imposed by my father kept enforcing rules. One day I was on the beach and I took off my mask. Security ran over to scold me. I was reprimanded and grounded for weeks. Because of the way quarantines were and his work schedule, I didn't have Hisam with me. I was so lonely, I even got to missing my family. I called my mom and said, I want to see you guys. She said, we're shopping right now, gotta go, we'll call you later. And then they didn't. The rules of lockdown were different in Louisiana, and they were always out and about. Eventually, I gave up getting them on the phone and went to Louisiana to see them. They seemed so free there. Why did I keep talking to them? I'm not sure. Why do we ever stay in dysfunctional relationships? For one thing, I was still scared of them, and I wanted to make nice. My father still legally was me, as he never hesitated to point out, though I hope not for long. It was time to find God again. In that moment, I made peace with my family. By which I mean that I realized I never wanted to see them again, and I was at peace with that. Chapter 46.
2 more chapters.
The court-appointed lawyer who had been with me for 13 years had never been much help, but during the pandemic, I started to wonder whether maybe I could use him to my advantage. So on the night of June 22nd, 2021, from my home in California, I called 911 to report my father for conservatorship abuse. The time between when I started pushing hard to end the conservatorship and when it finally ended was a rough period in limbo. I didn't know how things would turn out. Meanwhile, I couldn't say no to my dad or make my own way yet, and it felt like every day there was another documentary about me on yet another streaming service. For the first time in what felt like forever, I began to tell my story. I said to the judge, I've lied and told the whole world I'm okay, and I'm happy. It's a lie. I thought that maybe if I just said that enough, maybe I might become happy because I've been in denial. But now I'm telling you the truth, okay? I'm not happy. I can't sleep. I'm so angry it's insane. And I'm depressed. I cry every day. I went on to say, I don't even drink alcohol. I should drink alcohol considering what they put my heart through. I said, I wish I could stay on the phone with you forever, because when I get off the phone with you, all of a sudden, all I hear are these no's. And then all of a sudden I feel ganged up on, and I feel bullied, and I feel left out and alone. And
I want y'all to really think about what Britney Spears just referenced. Okay, like, girl, you done lost everything. Your thoughts are, I wish I could drink when I want to drink. I should be able to have a new damn baby if I want to get for like. There's so much that she could have said in that statement to me that would have like really. I mean, like, they're gonna let her off anyway because she been up there too damn long, and they really didn't have any more incidents that they could hold her on. Like, okay, by this point, she's not a threat, which was the issue originally, right? But as far as Britney Spears's disposition, it's not giving what I would want to see, but I'm not a judge. Like I'm just a I'm just a messy bitch who lives for drama. Nah, I don't live for drama. But no, I'm being serious. It gives me like I want to get off the shit and do what I want to do. And I'm gonna just tell you, I don't gotta really go too deep in it because y'all see what she at the house doing now, and they're probably worried about her. They're probably definitely worried about Britney Spears, as in when shit doesn't go her way or when people stop watching her because the world is a different place right now. Then what happens to Britney Spears when she overdoes what she's doing? I mean, she's probably one of those people. If she ain't overdoing it, she fine. But the moment she overdoes it, shit gets real. I'm going to say this. I think this was the first time in the conservatorship during this time where she actually was getting to a point where maybe she was helping herself. And so had she done this shit years ago, got clean and sober and went in there and told them people she didn't need that shit, she probably been free. I think she kept not responding well to treatment, doing crazy shit, and that's how they were able to keep it going. But once that she actually responded well to treatment, I think it just made it possible for her to get off, if you ask my, get off of the conservatorship, which, I mean, if she's responding to treatment, she should be let off of the conservatorship. But I just don't think it was a situation where, as before, where people were acting like, even I was like, well, why the hell is Britney Spears under conservatorship? But if you didn't have all of this information, you would be like, it would seem like, oh, they really over there abusing that lady. But the thing is, I gotta say, I think they abused their power. I think she done some things to give them that power, and I do think they abused that power. But I do think she has some substance abuse problems, and then they went about their way of trying to hide it from the world and keep making the money. And I don't think that they were focused a whole lot on her mental health treatment as far as handling the issue like family-wise healing. I think they were more of the type like, hey, let's just ship her ass off, get her medications adjusted, and then bring her back out and parade her across the stage. And they did that song and dance for years until everybody got damn tired. That's what it's sounding like to me.
Down for a long time. But when my family put me in that facility, they took it too far. I was treated like a criminal, and they made me think I deserved that. They made me forget my self-worth and my value. Of all the things they did, I will say that the worst was to make me question my faith. I never had strict ideas about religion. I just knew there was something bigger than me. Under their control, I stopped believing in God for a while. But then, when it came time to end the conservatorship, I realized one thing. You can't fuck with a woman who knows how to pray. Just a few weeks later, on July 26th, he filed to eliminate my father from that role. After a big court hearing on September 29th, my father was suspended as my conservator. It was all over the news before Matthew could even call me after court. I felt relief sweep over me. The man who had scared me as a child and ruled over me as an adult, who had done more than anyone to undermine my self-confidence, was no longer in control of my life.
I believe by this point she's been dating Sam. He's got her healthy to the point now she can fight back. I think the reason Britney Spears never went to court is because she knew she was fucking up. If you could do all of this in a couple of weeks and ask these questions, I think she wasn't fighting because she knew they had enough dirt on her that she wouldn't fucking win. Because obviously if she was praying and doing all of that and, really went and got treatment and got clean and sober and really, maybe the last time she went, she really got treatment and, focused on her treatment. And then she was able to be like, hey, okay, this is what I need to do to get out of this. You can't get out of it if you're still doing the same shit that they used against you. But I think, this time she's with Sam by this point. She's motivated. She's in love. They want to get married and have a damn baby. And, he's like a rebuild yourself type kind of guy. So maybe he's like kind of pumping her up, motivating her. And so, yeah, now she's motivated. She got some good dick. And, sad that your kids didn't motivate you to get your shit together. But finally, you've got your shit together 13 years later. And I'm proud of you. I'm not proud.
At that point, with my father eliminated, Matthew told me we had momentum and he petitioned for the end of the conservatorship altogether. I was at a resort in Tahiti in November when Matthew called me with the news that I was no longer under a conservatorship. He told me when I left for the trip that one day soon I'd be able to wake up for the first time in 13 years a free woman.
In Tahiti, you say you were a slave? Okay, girl.
Hopefully, my story will make an impact and make some changes in the corrupt system.
It's not corrupt. You were out being... Whoa, girl, you just act like you ain't done shit.
Hisam and I always pray together. I look up to him. His consistency with working out and being a good man and being healthy and taking care of me and helping me learn how we can take care of each other. He's such an inspiration, and I'm grateful. The timing of the end of the conservatorship was perfect for our relationship. We were able to establish a new life together without limitations and get married. Our wedding was a beautiful celebration of how much we've been through together and how
Now you're
deeply we
divorced.
wished for each other's happiness. Jamie Lynn clearly suffered in our family home too. She grew up a child of divorce, which I did not. It seems that she didn't get a lot of parenting. And I know it was hard to try and sing and act and make her own way in the world in the shadow of a sibling who got not only most of the family's attention, but a lot of the world's. My heart goes out to her for all those reasons. But I don't think she fully understands just how desperately poor we were before she was born. Because of the money I brought to the family, she wasn't helpless in the face of our father, like my mother and I were back in the 1980s. When you have nothing, that pain gets intensified by your inability to escape. My mom and I had to witness the ugliness and the violence without believing there was anywhere else to go. She will always be my sister, and I love her and her beautiful family. I wish the absolute best for them. She's been through a lot, including teen pregnancy, divorce, and her daughter's near-fatal accident. She's spoken about the pain of growing up in my shadow. I'm working to feel more compassion than anger toward her and toward everyone who I feel has wronged me. It's not easy. I've had dreams and wasn't allowed to eat what I wanted, to drive, to spend my money how I wanted, to drink alcohol or even coffee.
What about them kids, though? See how she just keeps... She's such a narcissist. She's a selfish bitch. My biggest regret in all of that would be like, yo, these people took my ability to parent my children, the way that I wanted to for years. Like, that's... They didn't let me drive. She probably wouldn't have drove a whole lot any fucking way because she's Britney Spears, and she probably would have lost her license because she'd have been drunk driving or got in trouble or hit somebody else. You know, she didn't get to control her money. The way Britney Spears is spending money, she probably wouldn't have that shit to control. Or, like I said, she probably got ripped off. You know, she's just giving whoa, 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 as if the biggest people who suffered in all of this were not her children. How does she not see that?
Freedom to do what I want to do has given me back my womanhood. In my 40s, I'm trying things for what feels like the first time. I feel like the woman in me was pushed down for so long. Now, finally, I'm roaring back to life. I might actually be able to go sin in Sin City, too. Only now do I feel like I'm getting back my trust in other people and my faith in God. I know what makes me happy and brings me joy. I try to meditate on those places and thoughts that enable me to experience it. I love beautiful places, my sons, my husband, my friends, my pets. I love my fans. Once I was freed from the conservatorship, I got to go to the 2 vacation places that I'd missed, Maui and Cancun. I swam in the ocean, sat out in the sun, played with my new puppy Sawyer, and took boat rides with Hisam. I read a lot, and I wrote this book. While I was traveling, I found out that I was pregnant. I'd wanted another baby for so many years. For a long time, Hisam and I had been eager to start our own family. I have an appreciation for how stable he is. I love that he doesn't even drink. He's a gift from God. And to find out he and I were about to have a child together made me feel giddy. Before the end of my first trimester, I miscarried. I'd been so thrilled to be pregnant that I'd told the whole world, which meant I had to untell them. We posted on Instagram. It is with our deepest sadness we have to announce that we have lost our miracle baby early in the pregnancy. This is a devastating time for any parent. Perhaps so much of the media was cruel to me, and that hasn't changed just because I am out of the conservatorship. There's been a lot of speculation about how I'm doing. I know my fans care. I am free now. I'm just being myself and trying to heal. I finally get to do what I want when I want, and I don't take a minute of it for granted. Freedom means being goofy, silly, and having fun on social media. Freedom means taking a break from Instagram without people calling 911. Freedom means being able to make mistakes and learning from them. Freedom means I don't have to perform for anyone, on stage or off stage.
You do it every day on Instagram.
Freedom means that I get to be as beautifully imperfect as everyone else. And freedom means the ability and the right to search for joy in my own way on my own terms. It took a long time and a lot of work for me to feel ready to tell my story. I hope it inspires people on some level and can touch hearts. Since I've been free, I've had to construct a whole different identity. I've had to say, wait a second, this is who I was, someone passive and pleasing, a girl. And this is who I am now, someone strong and confident, a woman. When I was a little girl lying on the warm rocks in my neighbor's garden, I had big dreams. I felt calm and in control. I knew I could make my dreams come true. For so long, I didn't always have the power to make the world look the way I wanted it to, but in many ways I do now. I can't change the past, but I don't have to be lonely or scared anymore. I've been through so much since I wandered the Louisiana woods as a child. I've made music, traveled all over the world, become a mother, found love and lost it, and found it again. It's been a while since I felt truly present in my own life, in my own power, in my womanhood. But I'm here now.
All right, y'all. That has been The Woman in Me by Britney goddamn Spears. And girl, I have said so much. Do I feel sorry for her at the end of this book? I'm going to give her 20%. 20% because your kids suffered the most. I don't feel sorry for Britney Spears. I feel like she went through some shit no more than many of us went through, and I think she had the opportunity though to not be. You advanced up out of that and then created chaos for your own fucking kids. She repeated the cycles. I think that's what disappoints me about her. What'll be interesting is to see Britney Spears in 5 years, as you see, she already got ready to do to help her get it out of the conservatorship. Now she's back drinking and partying. She has no kids, no responsibility, and we'll see what's happening. She's in the house dancing in a circle with them goddamn knives, girl. So, I hope that whatever she was addicted to, she doesn't go back to that lifestyle, and the work that she has done is not wasted. I hope whatever she calls herself, the freedom that she missed out, that she truly enjoys her freedom soberly and does not relapse. But if she's truly an addict and she doesn't stay in treatment and get help, no matter what she's addicted to or was addicted to, she'll be back in the same situation. You know, you have to... Once you're an addict, you become like a recovering addict, is what my father used to tell me, is that he would always be in recovery. I don't know if all addicts think that way, but that's how my father described it to me. I don't know, because I ain't never lived that lifestyle. So I hope that she continues her recovery, though. I don't want her to be an addict, right? But I don't know Britney Spears, and she ain't my mama. She ain't my mammy. But was it a good book? I feel like around towards the end, she started maybe, I don't know if they got a ghostwriter for the end of the book. It got better. It seemed to make her look more to the point where you might feel sorry for her. You know what I'm saying? Not 1,000%, but you were like, okay, girl, let me see what she was going through. I think they could have probably explained it a lot better, but I think it's because also I went and did research. And so I had a little bit more of an understanding of the story. I will give the book 4 stars. 4 stars. Let me know how many stars you would give it out of 5. I would give it 4 out of 5. She dropped T. There was some information, girl. It was interesting, and I was enthralled. I mean, like I got invested. So that's a good book to me. You know, was it the best writing? No. The best editing? No. Both of those are like 1 and 2 stars. Okay, like 2 stars at best. But celebrity memoirs, it was something to talk about. Like I said, it got me invested into the story, and that's what a good book does. So she did do that. She did do her thing, and I do believe she told her story, as many addicts don't see things the way that the people who are experiencing them do. You know, she's... Girl, what is that on my finger? Girl, did I miss a whole damn spot on a thing like that? I missed the whole spot, child, girl. But if you hold it like this, you can mind your business. But yeah, I think that she has some growing and growth to do, and she probably will do those if she stays in touch with her treatment treatment plan. You know, if she stays on it, I think she'll probably really, really grow. And it'd be interesting if she wrote a second book in 10 years and if her children write books, then now that'll be a goddamn interesting read, because again, like if you ask my dad to describe some things and then I describe what it's like to be his daughter and view those things, it's gonna be different. You know, she might feel like, hey, I've done all the work and everything's better, and her children might be somewhere like, no, you were not there for us as a mother, you were absent, and, you know, all you had to do was this, you never fought for us. You never know. You never know. You think because you're the parent, you're in the right. But how your kids perceive you, I think is where that's going to make a difference in her life. And considering they didn't want to spend no time with her, that really let things to me. I felt like she just kind of wanted to start over. Like, that was my old life and this is my new life, and I'm going to try to get better and do better. But, you know, I think she'll be married soon again to somebody. She's not going to stay alone. She's very codependent, needs somebody to support her. She need a battle buddy at all fucking times. And she probably will have a welfare check or two done on her in the future, as an, you know, because she's got mental health issues. I don't think none of that's going away just because she's off of the conservatorship. I just think the amount of control that she had in her life and the stability is definitely going to go if she gets at any point off of her plan and doesn't keep a good team around her. So y'all stay because I've commented so much throughout the book. I ain't finna give y'all like a long synopsis at the end, girl. We finna move on to our next book. Tell me what y'all think. I'm trying to get this edited. Don't know if it's one video or two. And check my community tabs for the 2 books that I am nominating, maybe 3. I'll put 3 up there, and then y'all pick which one. If y'all want to do this again, if y'all have any questions, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this tea. Let me know how many stars you would give the book out of 5 if you are going to go buy it and read it, if it was enough tea for you. That way, you know, if we do it again, I can, and when we do it again, I can do it the way that you guys want, you know, what you like and didn't like. If Britney brought you around to feel sorry for her, let me know. Like I said, she wooed me in a little bit. But I really just cannot. It just sounds to me like she really just didn't want no responsibilities and things like that. And I get that she's ready to go live her new life. But I feel like when you ain't never been fucking responsible ever, it just doesn't sound like Britney Spears has ever been responsible and will never be responsible. And isn't interested in anything as a responsible adult. Like, so, you know, the verdict's still out on how I think Britney gonna do. I hope and pray that she's not self-destructive, and that this is a way or a wake-up call to let her know, if you go too crazy, it won't be nothing to get your ass back locked up, you know. But hopefully she don't. Hopefully she stay steady, baby. So, you know, enjoy your night and your evening. I did have a good time redoing these nails and getting a little bling, and you know, I stretched it out because we were doing the content, and so I had to do something for an hour and some change. So girl, I had a good time. I had such a good time with y'all making this content. This has been some of the best content that I've had fun doing since I got on YouTube. Like, it was really fun. It was nails, it was stuff I was interested in. Things that, you know, I like to do, celebrity gossip, celebrity tea, you know, we chit-chatted. I love adult discussion and thought-provoking things, you know, so I really have had a blast filming this content for y'all, and I want to bring y'all more of it if y'all want to see it. So thank you for watching. I need to go plan for some other content. I've got some people sent me some PR, girl. They sent it over. I thought they had stopped and forgot, but apparently they didn't, girl. And they sent it to me, so I got to go work on some PR related content and get this video edited for y'all. I hope y'all are having a great. Today is Monday, October 30th. So, yeah, your girl is on track. She's trying to get this out today. You see what time it is. So you can guess I'm going to be working all night on editing, adding clips and whatnot. If it's too long, this will become 2 videos so that I can add all the clips in there, y'all. And then that's it for the Britney Spears story. So if you're like, girl, we tired of talking about Britney, get ready, because if y'all want to do this again, we can start another book maybe this weekend or next week, depending on how the votes come through and what books y'all vote on. And then after I get my PR done, we can go in and talk about somebody else's life that is not controversial to YouTube. Ain't nobody gonna get in their feelings, you know. We just gonna do grown man chit chat, you know, and just talk about these celebrities who keep putting out these books for us to talk about, and other topics that are non-confrontational. Because, girl, Candy just want to have a good time. We still going to have our music parties, and we will probably have one of those this week. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Girl, get out the way from my shot. Bye-bye.